Alright, yo, what's good? Right now, we're gonna talk about some creative shit, alright? This video is for the creative motherfuckers who are in a small ass town like me and lack those like-minded individuals who really trying to like elevate. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start by saying, don't get me wrong, I got a great circle of people around me who, are motivated people who, will help me with my shit, and I'll help them with theirs. Right? I got a great circle, so there's nothing against them. This is more just like a general speaking. Because if you from a small town and you got, dreams of like doing something that is, I guess, outlandish in air quotes, or like maybe not outlandish, but like out of the ordinary from what everyone else is doing, then not gonna lie, that shit could be depressing, and that shit could like kill your motivation, bro. Like when you go out and around and everyone's on the same shit, and if you're not on that shit, you're weird and you're whatever. And another thing too is like the spectators, bro. Like, everyone guilty to this to some extent. Even I am, really. But it's like, people who, I don't know, be like watching type shit but not showing love, and just kind of like the watchers, bro. And those are the type of people that, again, everyone guilty to it to some degree, right? But I think some definitely more than others. I feel like, I don't know, I always be going out my way to show love type shit if I can. Whatever the fuck, right? But a lot of people, bro, will either just sit and watch from the back, or they'll kind of come up front when it's beneficial to them type shit. And listen, no cocky shit, bro, but I know that I'm gonna achieve whatever the fuck it is that I want to achieve, right? I've like devoted myself to this shit, okay? Whether it's music shit, whether it's art, whether it's videos, whether it's making clothes, whether it's a million different things. I know it might not be exactly, like, it might not happen the way I imagine, and it might be in different avenues of things which I can't really like perceive right now, but I just know one day I'm gonna be in the places I want to be. And I know one day when I'm at those places, you're gonna have those same people who gonna finally come around and be like, oh, yo, I fuck with this, I fuck with that, da da da, like whatever the fuck. And it's always the same people, bro, who just be like watching. So it's always the same people, just be sitting back, and then, again, when it's beneficial to them, they come forward. Or like people who say da 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 whatever, and then when it's time to show support, like, where they at? And again, everyone's guilty of that though. Like, even me, bro, even me, like just to a fault. You can't be like, so, when you got your own shit going on, especially, like, it's hard to be to be like there for everybody at any given moment. So, like, I understand that. I'm not coming, because, like, again, it's just human. It's human to focus on yourself and do your own thing and whatever. But there's levels to it, and that's what I'm trying to say. And that's just really what I'm trying to talk about. Because when you're in a small town like this, and, like, don't get me wrong, I live in a nice little town, nothing wrong with it. But, like, bro, I've been on my create or die shit lately, bro. This all I got. It's not all I got, but it's like what make me, it's the only thing that make me feel like I'm serving a greater purpose type shit. Don't get me wrong. One day I want a family and kids and da 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 like everybody else, but, like, bro, we so young, bro. Like, we so young, and there's so much more to life, like, than just, like, rush into that shit, bro. Like, I feel like we get, like, You know, we just get herded into like doing one thing to the next throughout our lives, from school to going to college to starting a family, getting a job. Like, keep your head, like, you got to do certain things by 25, or else you're considered like out of this social construct. But like, you know, a lot of this, like, you know, get married shit by 25, have a family by 20, whatever the fuck it is. Like, that's like shit that was instilled into us like generations ago, dog. And listen, I'm all, again, like I just said, I want to have a family one day. I want to have kids one day. I want to do all that shit too. But I just got so many dreams and so many things that I feel like I want to accomplish before then. And like, you know, if you take that stand to be different and kind of take a little bit of a different path and get to those places differently and approach things differently than everyone else, sometimes, you know, you feel like, you know, you're the only one in it. You're the only one, kind of whatever. And I don't know. I think the best way I said it earlier was being on my create or die shit. I fuck with that. I fuck with that, bro. That's about to be like a title of like an album or something, bro. That shit's tough. That shit's tough. But it's true though. That's how I've been feeling lately. Create or die, bro. Because like, bro, most people here, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They act like they do. They don't. They see you do this, this, and that. They won't show love. They won't say anything. And, you know, just for the record, by the way, I said this at the start of the video, but, you know, I do have a great system of friends and, like, people who, you know, I don't got a lot of friends. I keep my shit, like, whatever, small, just to myself type shit. But the people who really are there, like, they know who they are, and I love them, and they know that. But again, I'm more just speaking from like a general standpoint. But yeah, bro, if you like me and one of those fucking just a small town kid type shit, whatever the fuck, everyone look at you sideways for doing this, this, and that, don't let that shit get to you, because those are the same people who are gonna one day, once when you actually get to where you want to be, it's gonna be a whole 180, and they're gonna wish that like they had either been friends with you way back when and did things differently themselves, or they gonna wish they were in your shoes and they're gonna be jealous and they gonna show it in weird ways, bro. So yeah, if you're creative, stay on that create or die shit, bro. I fuck with that heavy. I like that a lot. I'm gonna be using that. That's tough. I'm using that for something. Create or die. That's tough.